It was really cool. I remember Guillermo coming up to me at every function that I ran into him and saying, we're starting this project and we really want you to join us.
You know, our piece is so movement heavy in general, and so moving through space, moving through time.
Typically, a musician or a songwriter likes the idea that they're going to be writing for the ideal audience member who sits down and listens to the song from beginning to end and understands all the sentences in order. But that's not actually how people experience music or language very much in our society. Most music and language isn't so much heard as it is overheard.
Sigrid, our playwright, she kind of helped us think up and create these guidelines and guiding principles. So she was really into them already.
So that's something we've been trying to figure out. Then how do you compose music, or how do you put together a poem or a text, given that that's the way that people listen?
For the Union Station piece, she actually sat in Union Station and listened to what the people around her were saying, and many of the lines that are in our play now were actually uttered by people in Union Station.
That so many of our environments that we move through every day only allow us to listen like that.
The main idea that we were going off of was these urban oases all around Los Angeles, like the Grove and the Americana, and all these sort of otherworldly places that we build in the center of our city to get out of our city by going to other cities that are fake.
That we can expect the audience to hear the entire text of a song that we sing as we're moving them down an escalator or onto a train. So it's fun to be able to think then, well, okay, now I can write a song which can only be heard in fragments.
We just made it Shangri-La, like about Los Angeles, and what it would be if everywhere in the city could be an urban oasis. And if you could look at Stop, which has this really sort of climactic escalator exit onto everywhere, and see angels and magic and wonderment. And April's character in sort of her work outside of this project is this clown without a circus, this sort of wandering clown. And we started thinking about that idea of the clown without a circus in relationship to everything that's going on currently in Los Angeles with immigration and nationally with immigration.
And those fragments are what I'm hoping will stick in people's minds, and maybe over the course of the entire tour accumulate into something that starts to make a new kind of sense by the very end. So that's the hope.
Our show is called the Subway Safari. Rarely do we get an opportunity to present a puppet show for an audience that's going to be more adults than kids. So we're going to play with that, and we're going to actually, the way we're going to play with it is we're going to let the adults feel like kids.
We went to the site first. We visited a few times. We took pictures. We talked to the local residents, and we really liked the Danny's Boy restaurant. Reminded us of like taking road trips when we were in our youth and stopping by at a taco stand in Mexico or something. And she runs a Mexican restaurant, but she's actually from Ecuador, I think. So
we sample the food.
Yeah, that was good.
How movement really transforms you is that after moving through all these pieces on the journey, all of our characters in our piece have been transformed and come together as sort of one community.
So they'll have a fun time on this trip, and hopefully open up people's eyes to seeing all the possibilities that they have with the different people that they're riding on the subway with. You know, all the connections that they could be having, but they are having this one subway. You know, you're riding the metro together, and that's the connection. But there's these endless worlds as well. So.
Really a coming together of all these disparate lives and disparate experiences taking place in the city at the Watts Towers.
1, 2, 3, 4, you call it magic.